Archangel Michael says, August 3rd, 2025 will become the most extraordinary day of your life. But right now you are on the edge of a serious mistake. Beloved, stop and open this. Heaven circled this date for you long before your first breath. A divine calendar has glowed with your name beside August 3rd, 2025. Waiting for this moment. Yet in your present life, a choice, a plan, or a hesitation, is quietly steering your spirit away from the miracle approaching. You can't see the full picture yet, but heaven can, and that's why Michael himself has stepped forward. He never appears without purpose. If he's here it's urgent. He called your name last night, not once, but 3 times, his voice echoing through realms of light. He pleaded for you, because he saw a trap forming ahead, a seemingly small decision with enormous consequences. Beloved, this isn't coincidence. You didn't stumble onto this message by chance. Angels cut through the noise of this world, to bring it directly to your eyes. Something is about to shift in your life, but Michael warns, do not take the step you're planning. He sees you contemplating walking away, from someone, something, or a sacred assignment tied to your destiny. Heaven is shouting yes, while fear whispers no. Do not mistake fear for wisdom, or doubt for logic. God is not the author of confusion, He sends confirmation. This message is that confirmation. Michael knows the battles you've fought silently, emotional, spiritual, even physical exhaustion. He's seen the nights when you held back tears in public, only to collapse in private, feeling like your soul could break. And yet you endured, you didn't quit. That is why August 3rd, 2025 was chosen for you, not simply for blessing, but as a reward for every unseen act of courage. Heaven has been watching, and Michael wept, because you were inches from surrender, one step from breakthrough. Beloved, take this with the weight it deserves. Michael's tone has never been this firm, because he is protecting you, not only from outside forces, but from the deception of your own doubts. A spiritual snare has been set, and he's pushing back with everything he has. He cannot override your free will, but he can send undeniable signs. This message is one of them. If you choose to walk away now, it won't just be a lost blessing, it will be lost alignment. The whisper that says you were made for more, this is heaven confirming it. Your life was never meant to be small, you were born for divine purpose, to carry light and healing, into places others could not. The enemy recognized that, before you ever did. That's why attacks began so early, that's why battles raged, before you knew how to fight. Through all of it, Michael fought for you in silence. But now the battle reaches a turning point, and he calls you to stand firm, to stay on the path you are so close to abandoning. God does not send messages like this lightly. He waits for the soul to be ready, for the divine clock to strike, and beloved, your moment is now. Why is August 3rd, 2025 so powerful? Because heaven has aligned events, like pieces on a sacred board, an unexpected conversation, a door you thought was permanently shut, and a truth that will bring freedom. But these alignments only manifest, if you remain in position. Before we go further, pause. If your heart stirs even slightly, if you feel the pull of recognition, heed it. Subscribe now, not for numbers or routine, but to open your spirit for ongoing divine confirmations. You've missed signs before, don't miss this one. Heaven is watching your response. Now Michael has a love note for your soul, tell them they are not forgotten. You've been looking around, feeling like everyone else is receiving their miracle, their healing, their love, while you remain waiting, still praying, still wondering if God has skipped over you. He hasn't. Your name isn't just written in His hand, it's carved there, unerasable by time, failure, or pain. You are not behind, you are right on schedule, for Heaven's appointment. But fear is whispering louder than faith, and that voice will cost you everything, if you obey it. Michael sees the thought forming, leaving the very thing Heaven assigned to you. A sacred connection, a calling, a dream, or a promise you once held, now you feel weary enough to let go. But beloved, hold on. God is weaving your pain into purpose. None of it was punishment, it was preparation. Every scar was sacred training, every delay was divine timing. And the miracle on August 3rd is your graduation into a new season. Listen to this truth, nothing truly meant for you can ever be taken by another, not love, not opportunity, not your divine assignment. But stepping away too soon forfeits your position. That's why Heaven sent this urgent interruption. Michael would rather risk your misunderstanding than remain silent, as destiny slips through your fingers. Do not let pride, fear, or impatience rob you. Your choice in this moment is bigger than your life alone, it ripples into generations. The blessing on the horizon is not just for you, it will overflow to everyone tied to your calling. Ignoring this warning would not just delay you, it would delay all that Heaven prepared to flow through you. This is why the resistance has felt relentless. This is why confusion clouded your thoughts. The enemy always throws chaos right before the moment of clarity. And that clarity is here, beloved. Hold this message close, Michael has drawn his sword on your behalf. Heaven has marked your steps. Your miracle is in motion. But your yes is required. Stay in position, trust the process, choose faith over fear. And watch August 3rd, 2025 unfold, exactly as Heaven planned, a day that will split your life into before and after, a day that will echo through eternity. You live, beloved, fully and without apology. You wake tomorrow, and you see life differently. The colors will feel sharper, the air will feel cleaner, and even the smallest things will whisper, "You made it." You don't go back to the heaviness you carried. You don't return to the versions of yourself that survived in silence. You step forward with the light of this night, wrapped around you like armor. Every step you take is now blessed. Every choice you make will carry new weight, because it comes from alignment, not fear. You will notice the shift first in your heart. Where there used to be tension, there will be warmth. Where you once second-guessed everything, you'll feel a quiet knowing, like your spirit is finally speaking louder than your doubts. That's because Heaven just turned the volume up on your intuition. You'll know who to trust, where to go, and when to wait. You'll start to notice divine timing, at work in little ways, an unexpected call, a number repeating, a door opening that had been closed for years. Those are your signs that Archangel Michael is still with you, still guiding, still defending. And when old memories rise, the painful ones, the ones that used to pull you under, you'll notice they don't sting the same anymore. That's not because they're erased, it's because you've been lifted above them. You no longer live in the story of the wound, you live in the story of the healing. You can look at your scars, and see proof of survival, not shame. Heaven didn't just come to protect you, it came to rewrite the energy around your past. Now your story is strength. You will begin to feel inspired, in ways you haven't in years. Ideas that once felt impossible, will flow again. A creative spark may return. A conversation may plant a seed for a new path. You might even feel called to do something small but significant, clean your space, start that project, speak that truth, take that leap. That's the divine flow moving through you. When you honor those nudges, you stay in alignment, and alignment attracts miracles without struggle. People will start to notice the difference. Some will say you seem brighter, happier, lighter. Others might quietly step back, because your light makes their shadows uncomfortable. Let them go without guilt. Not everyone is meant to follow you into this next chapter. Heaven has already prepared the right connections, the ones who will see you, value you, and help you expand, without draining your spirit. And beloved, about that one thing you've been praying for, the breakthrough that felt like it would never come, it's closer than you think. In fact, heaven has already signed off on it. The reason for the delay was never rejection, it was preparation. You were being shaped, protected, and trained for this exact moment. That is why tonight had to happen. This message, this shift, this release, it cleared the last bit of spiritual weight, holding your blessing back. So when the days ahead bring small signs, embrace them. When you see that feather, that repeated number, that unexpected message, know it's not random. It's Michael reminding you that heaven is still working. Even in silence, the movement continues. Even in waiting, progress is unfolding. And there's something else heaven wants you to know, your presence is now a carrier of peace. When you walk into a room, people will feel safe without knowing why. When you speak, your words will carry weight beyond logic. That's the anointing, that's the mark of someone who has truly been touched by the divine. You don't have to force anyone to see it, they will feel it. The challenges that used to shake you will lose their power. Fear will knock, but it won't get in. Doubt will whisper, but it will fade faster than ever. You are stepping into a season of unshakable trust, the kind that doesn't come from trying harder, but from knowing deeper. You'll wake up one morning soon, and realize the heaviness that followed you for years, is simply gone. From this point forward, live like someone who is protected. Live like someone who knows their angels by name. Live like someone who has seen light pierce the darkest night, and chose to walk with it. Don't shrink for anyone, don't dim for comfort. This version of you was always waiting, beneath the weight of the world, and now it's free. And if at any point you forget tonight, come back to this feeling, the warmth in your chest, the calm in your mind, the sense that something sacred is holding you, even now. That's your proof, that's heaven saying, we never left. So rise beloved, step into tomorrow, as if you own the light within you, because you do. Walk with Michael beside you, and know that every moment from this night forward is a gift you've already unwrapped. The shift has happened, the gates are open, your life will never look the same. Closer than your own shadow. He will walk through thresholds with you, into rooms where decisions about your life are made, into moments where your heart trembles. You will not tremble alone, the presence of angels will go before you now. Doors that once felt heavy will begin to open without force, people who once ignored you will suddenly feel compelled to help, situations that seemed impossible will shift in your favor, and you won't need to manipulate anything, heaven is moving on your behalf. Your life will begin to feel like a series of divine alignments. You will catch yourself smiling for no reason, feeling light in your chest, sensing a freedom you can't quite put into words. That is not imagination, that is the residue of heaven's touch. Your energy field is changing, the way people perceive you is changing, even your voice will carry a calm authority that draws respect without demand. That's what happens when you live under divine watch. From this moment you will also notice your intuition sharpening. You'll feel nudges in your spirit, to call someone, to avoid a certain place, to take a small step that leads to a big breakthrough. Don't doubt these whispers, they are your guidance system now, fine-tuned by heaven. Archangel Michael is speaking through those gentle pushes, leading you away from traps and straight into favor. If you feel led to pause, pause, if you feel led to move, move. This is the new rhythm of your life, flow instead of force, trust instead of fear. The relationships around you will also begin to reflect your new alignment. Old connections that were based on pain or survival will dissolve quietly, and new connections based on truth and light will enter. You may find yourself drawn to conversations that uplift you, environments that nourish you, and people whose souls feel like home. And in that flow, healing will accelerate, not just for you, but for those who come into your orbit. Your presence will become medicine without effort, because heaven's signature now rests on you. Beloved, understand this, you are stepping into a season of answered prayers. Some answers will come in obvious ways, with joy that makes you laugh out loud. Others will come as quiet solutions, sudden relief from burdens you forgot you were carrying. Even delays will begin to make sense, because you will see how everything was orchestrated to protect your timing. The very things you once questioned will now turn into testimonies of precision. Heaven has never been late with your story, it was always waiting for this version of you to emerge. In the coming days, watch for the little confirmations. A feather where you didn't expect it, a number pattern that repeats until you notice, a song on the radio that feels like it was written for your soul. These are not coincidences, they are the language of alignment, the signs that your yes to heaven has been received and magnified. When they happen, pause and whisper gratitude. Gratitude is the magnet that pulls even more light into your reality. And as your inner world shifts, your outer world will follow. Financial doors will open, not because you chased them, but because you've cleared the blocks that kept them closed. Opportunities will arrive in ways that seem almost unfair in their timing. Peace will take up residence in your home. Even sleep will feel different, deeper, more restorative, because your nervous system is finally releasing years of tension it was never meant to hold. This is spiritual renewal, not theory but experience. Archangel Michael will continue to guard the spaces where you are most vulnerable. If a sudden wave of fear ever tries to return, remember this moment. Speak his name, feel the shield rise around you, the same shield that has already deflected attacks you never even saw. You are not fragile anymore, you are fortified in light, anchored in divine timing, protected in ways that human language can barely describe. The world around you may not change overnight, but the way you move through it will. You'll notice that what used to trigger anxiety now meets your calm gaze. What used to break your spirit now bends and passes. That is the gift of walking under angelic covering. You become untouchable by what once drained you. Your spirit leads now, and your spirit is rooted in heaven. Let yourself celebrate quietly, even if no one else understands. Pour yourself a cup of tea, and sit by the window. Take a slow breath, and feel your chest expand. That is what freedom feels like, that is what survival turning into thriving feels like. Heaven waited patiently for this moment, when your heart would be ready, and now that it is, everything accelerates. In the weeks ahead, you will notice a profound shift in how you respond to life. Instead of forcing, you will flow, instead of worrying, you will witness, instead of doubting, you will declare. These are not empty affirmations, they are your new spiritual posture. You are living proof that divine intervention is real, that no darkness is permanent, that no soul is ever truly abandoned. And as you move forward, let this night become your quiet covenant with heaven. Remember the stillness, the warmth, the subtle awe that washed over you. Carry it into every conversation, every decision, every step. When challenges arise, and they will, remember that you are no longer fighting alone. Archangel Michael is stationed by your side, and God's presence is the ground you walk on. From this day your story reads differently. Your energy speaks before you do, your life testifies without words. And every time you breathe in peace, where there used to be fear, heaven smiles, because the miracle is no longer coming, it is here, living through you. And as this alignment deepens, your days will no longer feel like endless repeats of survival. Every step you take will feel guided, as if the ground itself is lighting up beneath your feet. Decisions that once felt heavy will start to feel clear. Doors that once resisted you will swing open with ease. You'll notice opportunities appearing, without you having to strain or beg for them. This is not coincidence, this is the flow of divine alignment, this is what happens when heaven writes your steps, and Archangel Michael walks beside you. Your energy will begin to shift rooms, before you even speak. People who meet your eyes will feel a calm they can't explain. They will wonder why they feel lighter around you, why their anxiety softens in your presence. Beloved, that's because the light you carry is now active. You are not only protected, you are radiant. And that light will guide others out of their own darkness, without you even trying. You'll start to notice whispers in your heart, at the exact moments you need guidance. A name might come to mind, a memory might surface, or an idea might arrive fully formed. Trust it, that is the divine intelligence of your spirit, awakened and sharpened by heaven's touch. It will not lead you astray. In the coming days, pay attention to the subtle confirmations. You might see numbers repeating, on clocks, receipts, or signs. You might notice a feather where you least expect it, or hear your name in a dream. These are not random events, they are reminders that your life has shifted, from ordinary to extraordinary. The veil is thinner for you now, communication between heaven and your soul is open, in a way you've longed for, but couldn't reach before tonight. And yes, there will be moments when old fears try to creep in. You might wake up one morning, and feel the weight of old doubts pressing against your chest. When that happens, pause. Remember this night, remember the warmth, the whisper, the sense that heaven itself bent close, to remind you of who you are. Fear will fade in the presence of that memory. Darkness cannot hold on to a heart that has been set ablaze by divine presence. Archangel Michael will continue to guard, not only your home, but your path. When envy or negativity tries to approach you, it will falter. When plans meant to harm you are formed in secret, they will crumble. Michael's sword is drawn, and your name is etched in light. This is not temporary protection, it is a new covenant of safety and alignment. Your relationships will begin to reflect your transformation. People who were meant to be part of your destiny will feel a pull toward you again. Conversations will flow effortlessly, misunderstandings will heal without forcing. And those who no longer belong in your life will drift out gently, without chaos, leaving space for the new connections heaven has prepared for you. Opportunities will bloom where you least expect them. A call you weren't waiting for, a door you didn't knock on, a yes after so many no's. This is the ripple of saying yes to heaven's timing. You are no longer pushing against the current, you are moving with it. Life will begin to feel like it's finally cooperating with your spirit, instead of fighting it. Even your rest will feel different. When you lay your head down, sleep will come softly, like a warm embrace. Your dreams will carry messages, solutions, and sometimes simple comfort, reminding you that you are never alone. Archangel Michael will stand watch while you sleep, ensuring that the residue of old fears does not return. Soon you'll notice your confidence rising, not the kind that needs validation, but the quiet knowing that you are exactly where you're meant to be. You'll no longer chase after what isn't yours, or cling to what's leaving. Instead you will walk in the peace of someone, who finally understands that everything meant for you is already on its way. There may come a moment when someone looks at you with wonder and says, "You seem different." And in that moment you'll smile, because you'll know that the change they're sensing didn't come from effort, it came from alignment, it came from heaven, it came from the night you said yes to the light, and let go of what was weighing you down. As your journey unfolds, trust that the pieces of your story are falling into divine order. What once felt like random suffering will begin to make sense, as you see the blessings it prepared you for. The strength you built in the quiet will now support dreams you thought were too heavy to carry. The prayers you whispered in exhaustion are now blooming into reality. And when the world around you feels loud and chaotic, return to the stillness of this moment. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and remember the angelic presence that filled your space tonight. Remember that your life was marked by heaven, that your path was cleared, and that your soul stepped fully into its light. This is not the end of your transformation, this is the unveiling of the life you were always meant to live. The old cycles have closed, the new season has begun. From this moment forward, you walk as a carrier of light, a witness of divine love, and a living reminder that heaven remembers every name it calls, including yours. Now step forward, beloved. The world is ready for the version of you that heaven always saw, and Archangel Michael is already moving ahead to clear the way. Your story has only just begun, and it will be one that radiates with grace, favor, and unstoppable light. Because it's not just your imagination, it's your spirit recognizing freedom, for the first time in a long time. The weight you've carried, the constant tension in your chest, the quiet exhaustion that lingered, no matter how much you slept, it's gone. Heaven has lifted it. You'll notice your thoughts feel clearer, the fog is breaking. The ideas that were stuck will begin to flow, inspiration will return to you, like a friend who never left, just waited for the right moment to knock again. That's the beauty of divine timing, it's never late, never rushed, always perfect. As you step into this new day, you might feel a pull to do simple things, with deeper intention. Drinking water will feel sacred, opening a window will feel like letting God's breath fill your space. Writing a single line in a journal might feel like unlocking a lifetime of purpose. That's because your soul is awake now, it's paying attention to the small things that carry big meaning. You'll find yourself smiling at moments that once seemed ordinary, a bird landing near you, a breeze brushing against your cheek, the laughter of a stranger across the street. These are not coincidences, they're reminders. Heaven is everywhere now, because your awareness has shifted. You'll also begin to notice that fear has a weaker grip. The same thoughts that once spiraled into worry will start to dissolve before they can take root. Why? Because your spirit now knows the truth, you are held, you are protected, you are chosen. Archangel Michael has not stepped back into the shadows, he is walking with you into your tomorrow. His sword remains drawn, not because danger is near, but because his assignment is active. You've entered a season of walking with angels, and this is not a temporary visit, it's a partnership, a covenant sealed in silence and light. In the days ahead, expect subtle confirmations. A conversation will spark clarity you didn't know you needed. A problem you thought had no solution will unravel effortlessly. Someone you haven't spoken to in months or years may reach out with words that feel like they were sent from heaven itself. These are divine alignments, the invisible orchestration of your new season. Trust them, receive them, flow with them. And there will be releases too, some people, habits, or even memories will fade. It might sting for a moment, but the peace that follows will tell you it was necessary. Heaven doesn't subtract to punish, it subtracts to make room. Room for healing, room for love, room for blessings that were always meant for you, but couldn't land while your hands were full of what wasn't yours to carry. This is the quiet power of surrender, and you've done it. That's why this shift feels permanent, because it is. You'll feel bolder in your choices now, where you once hesitated, you'll move. Where you once feared judgment, you'll speak truth. Where you once waited for permission, you'll follow divine nudges. That is the fruit of alignment, that is what walking in light looks like. And the world will notice, they may not understand it, but they will feel it. They'll sense the peace around you, the strength in your eyes, the kindness in your voice, and they'll wonder what changed. And you won't need to explain, your presence will speak for itself. Even your nights will transform, sleep will no longer be a restless escape, but a sacred reset. Dreams will come, not just random flashes, but visions, messages, whispers from the divine. Some will confirm what you already feel, others will prepare you for what's coming. Keep a notebook by your bed, write them down. They are pieces of the map heaven is laying before you. They are proof that your conversation with the spiritual realm has only just begun. And as you move through these coming days, don't be surprised if gratitude rises in you unexpectedly. Tears might fall for no reason, other than the recognition that you made it. That you survived, that you're here reading this, breathing this, living this. And that is everything, that is victory, that is the miracle you didn't even know you were waiting for. Gratitude will become your anchor, and in that gratitude, more blessings will find you. Because heaven pours into open hands, and your hands are open now. So walk forward differently, speak life into every space you enter. Hold yourself with the quiet authority of someone who knows they are backed by the highest power. Love without fear, forgive without hesitation, build what you once only imagined, live like the version of you that the world tried to bury, but heaven refused to forget. Tonight was the unlocking, but tomorrow is the unveiling. Every step you take now is a step into the life your soul always knew was possible. Every breath is a prayer, every heartbeat a drum of destiny. And when you pause to feel that soft hum of peace in your chest, know this: heaven is smiling, Archangel Michael is near, the Creator's light is flowing through you, and this is only the beginning. Your spirit has been waiting for this moment, craving it, even when you didn't realize. Now that waiting is over. You've said yes to something greater than fear, greater than doubt, greater than all the noise that tried to drown out your truth. Tonight is the turning point, where the past loses its grip, where chains shatter, and where your heart begins to beat in rhythm with heaven's purpose. This is more than a message, it's a sacred pact between you and the divine. Archangel Michael stands guard over this promise, his sword raised, not to fight against you, but to protect what is meant for you. Your calling is too precious to be stolen by distraction or delay. The moment you embraced this message, the battlefield shifted. The enemy's hold weakened, the weight on your shoulders lifted. You may still face challenges, that is part of the journey, but your perspective has changed. You now see obstacles as stepping stones, not roadblocks. You walk with confidence, because the invisible army of heaven marches with you. You are not alone in your battles, you are deeply accompanied by celestial forces that refuse to let you fall. In the coming days, pay attention to moments of clarity that arrive suddenly, those flashes of insight that seem too perfect to be coincidence. You might feel a nudge to reach out to someone you've been avoiding, or to say a truth you've kept hidden. Do it, these are invitations from heaven to step deeper into your authenticity. Your dreams will be more vivid, and some may carry messages wrapped in symbols. Don't rush to understand them all immediately, let them settle, let your heart open wider, and trust that the pieces will connect in divine timing. Patience is part of your new strength, you no longer need to force outcomes, what is meant for you will find its way naturally. This awakening will affect your relationships profoundly, those who resonate with your new frequency will be drawn closer, creating spaces for genuine connection and mutual growth. Meanwhile, relationships that once drained your energy, or sowed confusion, will begin to fade gently. This is not loss, but liberation, a clearing of spiritual clutter, so you can walk lighter, freer. Your purpose is expanding, and with it comes the call to serve, to shine, to love more boldly than ever before. You will find yourself compelled to act, to speak, to create, all in alignment with the divine blueprint, written on your soul. Don't question these impulses, they are the heartbeat of heaven, moving through you. Remember, your power is not found in perfection or achievement, but in surrender. It's in the humble act of saying, "I am ready," and then trusting the path, even when it's unclear. The faith you've cultivated tonight is a beacon, attracting blessings that you couldn't have imagined before. If fear creeps in, acknowledge it without judgment, then return to this truth: you are deeply loved, eternally protected, and divinely appointed. Archangel Michael is your unwavering defender, your fierce protector, who never leaves your side. His presence surrounds you now, and will remain close, through every high and low. This is the season of new beginnings. The old stories that kept you small, stuck, or silent, are no longer yours to carry. They are releasing, like leaves in the wind, making room for fresh growth. With each breath, feel the fresh wind of change, filling your lungs, awakening your spirit. Tonight's shift is more than spiritual, it's practical. Watch how your mindset changes, how your choices align more easily with your heart's desires. You will notice doors opening, without you having to knock. Opportunities will present themselves, like gifts wrapped in unexpected ways. Stay open, stay receptive, and say yes to the good coming your way. You might even notice your health improving, subtle energy returning to your body, renewed vitality, deeper rest. This is the physical manifestation of spiritual healing. Your body is a temple, and it is being restored, alongside your soul. Your finances, your career, your passions, all are being touched by this divine energy. It's not about forcing success, but aligning with what is right and good for you. Trust that provision will come, in perfect timing, and from sources you might not anticipate. The light you carry now is magnetic, it will draw in people, experiences, and blessings that echo your true self. You are becoming a lighthouse, for others lost in darkness. Your journey, your healing, your courage, are beacons, showing the way. Archangel Michael's sword is not just a symbol of protection, but a sign that the battle has been won, in the unseen realm. You are emerging victorious, marked by grace, strength, and unwavering faith. Your spirit is armored in light. As you continue forward, keep this moment in your heart, as a sacred foundation. Return to it, when doubt creeps in, or when you feel weary. Remember the peace you felt, the clarity that shone through, and the unshakable truth, that you are not alone. Your future is luminous, the path is lit by divine fire, and every step you take, carries the power of heaven. You are not just walking, you are soaring on wings of faith. So rise, beloved soul, rise with courage, with love, with a fierce joy, that cannot be dimmed. Your story is being rewritten, in real time, and it is a masterpiece, of light and redemption. You have crossed thresholds, broken chains, and stepped into a new identity. This is the awakened you, a radiant being, created for greatness, for healing, for love. Your miracle is unfolding now. Keep your heart open, your spirit strong, and your eyes fixed on the light ahead. The journey is divine, and every moment is sacred. Walk boldly into your destiny. Heaven walks with you, every step, every breath, every heartbeat. You are chosen, you are protected, you are loved beyond measure. And the best is yet to come. That's the voice of heaven, trying to speak directly to your heart. Don't dismiss it as just a dream. Pay attention to the symbols, the feelings, the names, and the places. They are divine messages, sacred breadcrumbs, leading you closer to your purpose. In the days ahead, you might feel a stirring, a restless energy, that pushes you to move, to change, to grow. Don't resist it, that's the Spirit urging you onward. Even if the path seems unclear, even if the world around you feels uncertain, remember that the Holy One, who started this good work in you, will carry it to completion. Your faithfulness, your willingness to remain open, is what makes you a magnet for miracles. You may also notice a deepening of your intuition. That quiet still voice inside you, will grow louder, clearer. You'll begin to recognize the difference, between fear and caution, between distraction and divine direction. When opportunities come knocking, you will discern quickly, which ones are from heaven, and which ones are not. This gift of spiritual clarity, is your new compass. Use it daily, trust it without hesitation. At times you might find yourself standing at crossroads, unsure which way to turn. When that happens, pause and listen for the whisper of Archangel Michael. He's not just a guardian in stories, he is your advocate, your defender, your fierce protector. His sword of light cuts through confusion, doubt, and fear. Invite him in prayer, to clear your way, to shield you from any spiritual attack, that tries to distract or delay your destiny. You were never meant to walk this path alone. Even when loneliness tried to claim your soul, even when isolation pressed heavy on your spirit, you were always surrounded by a heavenly host. Tonight that reality becomes undeniable. You are part of a divine family, that stretches across time and space, held together by faith, by love, and by unbreakable bonds. Don't be surprised if you begin to attract people, who feel like old friends, souls you've known long before this life. These are your spiritual allies, your helpers, your co-creators, in the work that heaven has assigned you. Some may come gently, others boldly, but all will be crucial to the unfolding of your story. And yes, there will be moments of testing. There will be seasons when the old enemy tries to whisper lies again, telling you that this is too good to be true, that you don't deserve this peace, that the past is all you are. Stand firm, remember the truth. You are not defined by your past wounds or mistakes. You are defined by the grace that covers you, the love that claims you, and the purpose that propels you forward. The battles you fought, have already won the war. Your resilience is proof, your endurance is testimony. And your breakthrough is already in motion. Let your heart rest in this truth tonight. No weapon formed against you will prosper. No scheme, no setback, no shadow, can penetrate the shield that heaven has placed over you. You are surrounded, upheld, and carried, by forces unseen, but powerful beyond measure. And so as you prepare to lay your head down, know that the light of Archangel Michael is not just outside your door, it is inside you. His courage fuels your spirit, his peace calms your mind, his justice balances your heart. You are armored in faith, wrapped in love, and sealed with the promise of divine favor. The next 3 days will reveal much. Watch how your prayers begin to take shape in unexpected ways. Watch how doors open, that you thought were locked forever. Watch how blessings multiply, in ways that make no sense to the world, but feel perfectly natural to your soul. This is your moment, your hour, your time to rise with power and purpose. So walk boldly, knowing the angels accompany you. Speak clearly, because your words carry the weight of heaven. Love fiercely, because you are the living example of divine love made flesh. Rest deeply, because you are under the watchful eye of the Most High. You have been transformed, you have been anointed, you have been chosen. Let nothing stop you now. The journey is ahead, and heaven is marching with you, every step. This is not just a message, it's a movement. A movement of light, of love, of restoration. The age of your breakthrough has begun. And as the dawn approaches, know this with certainty: you are safe, you are whole, and you are unstoppable. Carry this truth in your heart, always. And walk in the fullness of your calling, beloved, for the heavens declare it, and so it is. The night air around you feels different now, charged with something unseen, but unmistakably present. Every breath you take carries the echo of heaven's promise. It is not a fleeting feeling, but a permanent shift in your spirit. You may not be able to explain it fully yet, but you know something powerful has changed, deep inside you. Your soul has been awakened, and there is no going back to who you once were. As you lie down tonight, feel the presence of Archangel Michael, wrapping around you like a shield of fire and light. His sword is not just for battle, it is a symbol of your spiritual authority. You are no longer a passive player. In your life story, you are anointed, chosen, and called to walk in divine purpose. The path ahead may not always be clear, but you will never walk it alone again. You have a warrior walking with you, breaking every chain, and clearing every obstacle. In the coming days, you will notice small signs: feathers on your windowsill, sudden warmth in your chest, a comforting whisper in the silence. These are reminders that the spiritual realm is closer than ever. Heaven is not a distant place, it is your reality now. You are held by forces more powerful than you can comprehend, and they are working tirelessly for your good. There may be moments when the old fears try to resurface, when doubt creeps back like a shadow at dusk. Do not let them fool you. Stand firm in the truth that has been sealed in your spirit tonight. Declare out loud, I am guarded, I am loved, I am unstoppable. Let those words be a battle cry against every lie that tries to steal your peace. Your identity has been rewritten by divine hands. Your relationships will begin to shift as well. Some will deepen in unexpected ways, becoming sources of healing and joy. Others may fade quietly, no longer fitting into the new rhythm of your life. Trust the process, trust that every connection is being refined by heaven's hand. You are being positioned for something greater, and every person in your life is part of that divine design. Financial doors you thought were closed will start to open. Opportunities you didn't see coming will find their way to you. You'll discover strength you forgot you had, resilience you thought was lost. Your body will respond to this new season, releasing old tensions, welcoming new vitality. Your sleep will become a sacred reset, not just rest, but a renewal of your very spirit. Take time to be still. In the quiet moments, you will hear the softest nudges, ideas, inspirations, words that seem to come from nowhere. These are not accidents, they are divine instructions, tailored just for you. Follow them, even if the path looks uncertain, take the steps. Each move will be guided by the invisible hand of heaven. There will be nights when tears come without explanation, and days when laughter bubbles up from deep within. Both are signs of healing, both are gifts from a God, who sees every hurt, and transforms it into hope. Allow yourself to feel fully, there is freedom in embracing your whole self, light and shadow alike. Remember, you are not called to perfection, but to authenticity. Your scars are not weaknesses, but badges of honor, proof that you survived the battles, and are still standing. Your voice matters, your story matters, and your presence is a beacon, in a world longing for light. When you speak, speak with conviction. When you act, act with courage. When you love, love without reservation. You carry the legacy of those who prayed for you before you were born. You embody the dreams of generations. Your life is a living testimony of God's unfailing love. As you go forward, keep your heart open to miracles. They may come in ways you don't expect, a conversation, a new friendship, a sudden opportunity, a quiet peace that surpasses understanding. Stay alert to the whispers of the divine. Your spirit is awakening, and the journey ahead is filled with purpose. Know this, the enemy may rage, storms may come, but they cannot touch what God has sealed. You are covered by a heavenly shield, guarded by angels who never tire. Your life is protected, your future secured, and your destiny assured. Walk boldly into the light of your calling. Live fully in the truth of your identity. Rest deeply in the assurance that you are loved beyond measure. The work you do, the love you give, the life you live, it all matters. Tonight the heavens have declared a new beginning over you. The old has passed away, and the new has come. Rise up with confidence, speak with authority, love with abandon, and know that every step you take is watched over by the Creator of the universe, and the warrior who carries your name. This is your time, this is your moment, this is your divine awakening. And so it is. Amen.